Hi, y'all.
Hi. Hey.
We
Happy
back.
Saturday, everyone. We are the Coley Crowns. I'm Yashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom. Hey, guys.
Hi. So we are recapping the reunion for Ready to Love season 8. Look and see what
You already
season this was.
forgot? You try to
Girl,
be like, we
just the
done.
season number. Just the season number. But yes,
Okay.
this will be our last review
Yes,
for Ready to Love. Um
thankfully.
we
Yes.
had reunion part 1 last week, and last
Mm-hmm.
night was reunion part 2. So we're here to
Mm-hmm.
talk about all the juicy details of what we saw, what we found out, those behind the scenes um footage that they finally shared, all of that. But before we start, if you are not subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that and hit the notification button. So I'm gonna jump right to Lori on this. Since this was your first season watching Ready to Love,
It
like,
was.
what's your impression so far, the reunion, and then we'll kind of get into each person or couple and all of that.
So, like I had said previously, this is my first season, and I went back to season 1 to try to see how the show was going to go. Never finished it. I'm sorry. I was trying to understand the cadence and things, but I was actually more invested in season 1 than this season. I can see a major difference here. This season seems so fake to me in a lot of ways, where
Hey,
people are just
okay.
going on TV just to be on TV. Um, and it's like it's kind of like Married at First Sight, where, like, of course, the first couple of seasons, people don't really know what to expect. People are not just going on for Instagram followers. They're really trying to actually do something different and get a different result. And then now you see the later seasons are like, why are you even here? Like, do you really want to do that? You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like they're here for some kind of game, but it's not to find somebody to fall for. That's how I look at that. So that kind of takes away from the show for me, because I'm like, what is the point of some of this? Like, some I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there'll be a spark or something, but I don't know if I was really excited about it. Lots of drama, but I feel like it was manufactured drama by 1 to 2 people, and
Oh.
and who was very, unaware, or maybe aware, but just plain unaware. But this for you, so that's just the season. That was my take on the season. Now, the reunion was a hot mess. I've never seen, how people were talking about Love is Blind reunion and how bad it was last season when they tried to go live. That was a
Oh,
technical
yes.
issue, right? For the most part, it was a host issue for the most part. This was a hot mess all around. The editing was terrible. The producing was terrible. I don't even know why they had certain people on the stage with another type of person. I don't understand the conversations.
Very
I don't
random.
understand the host. Tommy, you started conversations and try to dig deep, and then you just let it go. You're just like, okay, let's just agree to disagree. Everything was agree to disagree. Everything was like, let's just move on. Then why are we here?
I
I don't
hundred
understand.
percent. 100% to everything you just said, because as I was watching it, especially with um the thing between Kat and Janelle, right, and that going back and
Hmm.
forth, and was like, okay, we're still not digging
What
to really
happened?
fully understand what happened. It just seemed like because you said this and then you jumped here, it had to be something else. It had to be more
Yes.
that led up, right? But then it was like you said, Tommy was just like, okay, let's just agree to disagree and blah blah blah. And it it was just like, y'all just, it's too
Okay,
much.
talk about that. I really want to start somewhere else, but let's just talk about, okay, wait, let me start
The mean
somewhere else.
girl.
Let me start.
Oh, okay.
No, no, no. Let me just say this one comment. I'm watching all of the reunion part 1, and at the end, I was like, who were these people? Why did they have Leanne and
She was the
Brandon
first one,
there?
right?
The first two people that leave, why were they there? If y'all weren't going to talk to them, y'all weren't going to talk about
So
them, why are they in the background taking up space?
yes. So I saw them in part one. They didn't get to them. I was like, okay, so part two, they must like do at least ask one question. And they have done that in the past, kind of like, how are you? What's going on? Are you
Right.
dating? Very quick.
Something.
So when I watched part two and I'm like, wait a minute. No, they never did go back. Even at the end when they were like, okay, let's see what's going on with people.
Nothing.
He never went to them. They never showed it. Again, let's back
Then
up to
why are
that
they
because
there? I'm sure they
I would
talked to
think it's
them.
some
I'm sure
right.
they
But
talked to
why
them.
bring them if you're gonna like cut it out and not use it? I mean,
You don't need to.
it
You
was a
don't need
waste of their
to have a
time.
lot,
Waste.
right? They spent at least 40% of the reunion on flashbacks, long flashbacks, as
Why?
if I'm going to watch a reunion for a show that I didn't already watch. I don't need the entire scene. I can see like a little quick, like, oh, this is like the hot
It's a
piece, and we're going
remember
to
to
jump into
remember.
that. You showing long montages of things that we saw already. You're showing clips and promoting other shows that you want other people to watch during a 1 hour reunion. Like, what are we doing? What is happening? I was just like, so we just not gonna know anything. We're just gonna be like, okay, we this is episode 12 of the show because this is not a reunion. I was just like, what is this? This is terrible.
And then I don't remember the guy, but Leanne, the woman, I do remember them showing her a few times. And it was just like, and I had to think, I
Zoomed
was like, who is
in
that? I don't remember. Who is that? And I had to remember, oh, yeah, because she was gone the first episode.
completely. They could have just started the show with them to say, hey, we know you didn't really get a chance to connect with people. You could put them together. That's unfortunate, but somebody has to go first. So, how do you feel? Where are you now? Are you dating?
Now,
That could
right.
have been 2 minutes and then cut them off. And at least we understood why they were there. Who are these people? Because it took me forever to figure out who Leanne was and then move on. Why couldn't we get that? I just don't understand. And then we had these periods of just what was the point of like, well, okay, we'll go through it. I don't want to jump in. So I want to say that point before we get into Janelle and Kat. First of all, Janelle, girl, you are in an argument with almost every female on this show.
Everybody.
The only one that you did not
Everybody.
have an argument with was Jessica.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Leanne because she wasn't there long enough.
Oh, well, yes, I'm sorry. I'll give you one more, Janelle. You did not get in an argument with Leanne. Okay. But every
But
time she
Jessica was
spoke,
her.
everybody was rolling their eyes in the back. Every single last one of them was just like, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And I was like, what is
And
going on?
And I actually liked Kat and how she was reading her because she was like
Mhm.
letting her know you're just obviously unaware of like what you're doing, how you're portraying yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be arguing with you. Like, it's not going to go nowhere. You're just going
Right.
to be in denial,
Right.
and delusional of what's happening. But even the clips that they show, she was being smart at the mouth. So to be
Mhm.
like, me, like I didn't do
Not
nothing.
me.
You are
Not
not
me.
innocent in any of
What
this.
she say? And the fact that she's like, I'm not doing anything, but also being rude at the same time, where she's like, people just, when I step into the room, my presence
Oh,
in the
girl,
face of their mediocrity. I was like,
I was
girl,
rolling my eyes so hard. Like, are you serious?
and the
Jealous of
fact
you?
that
Yeah, like
Quentin,
you step in the room.
right. Quentin is like, oh yeah, like
So there
really
was
feeling himself on it.
Where was it? She was talking to, maybe it was Lee or Cat, and he was kind of looking, and I was like, oh, is he like finally kind of seeing her and what was happening? And then we cut to that, and I was like, oh, nah, stand by your woman, huh? That's what you're gonna do, huh?
But stand by what?
Okay.
Why would you even want a person that has an argument with so many people?
Everybody,
I don't
like, wouldn't
really
that be a sign to you? Like, yes, this 42-year-old woman does not know how to diffuse situations, and
at
in
all.
fact, amp them up, like adds to the fire. Like, that
Hmm.
should be a sign. Like, what's going
Yeah,
on here?
yeah.
Everybody,
It's
like you
weird.
said, it was with pretty much every single woman that was
Yeah,
on the show.
yeah.
That's a sign.
It is. Oh, I'll give her one more. Sierra. She was cool with Sierra. Sierra was like, what do they call the neutral states? Switzerland. Sierra was just like, I'm just here to have a good time. Except for
That is
Habibi.
true.
Except for Habibi.
Oh,
That's the only one. We're not
she
having a
gave her
good
help.
time with you. But yeah, so she got a couple people that was like okay with her, but I just don't understand how you pretend like you don't understand why you're edited a certain way, or you don't understand why people have an issue with you when you study in almost every argument that was on this show. I don't know. And if you're not, if you are aware of what you're doing, that means you are doing this because you want to start something and be known or remembered or whatever. So, girl, bye.
Mhm.
Now, all
Yeah.
this stuff and shade that she was able to throw everywhere, we still don't even know if her and Quentin are together. And the fact that if we don't know they're together or not, that means they're not, because you would be saying, "This is my man, my man, my man, my man."
Yeah. So I was mad they waited till like the very last segment to even let us know what's going on with the two of them. But how they responded to whether they were still together was like, we had our little bumps in the road, but we're still trying to get to know each other and blah blah blah. So y'all are dating. Y'all not like together. That's what I got from it. Yeah. So that's what I think things are. Um whether that means that could have been just for the reunion and like today, not
Yeah,
together. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, they're going live together trying to address questions and stuff like that. So I know they're
Oh yeah,
friends,
of course you would know.
but I don't know what that really means. I don't think they're actually together.
As fast as she wanted things to go, this would
Right.
not be at
That
the pace
part.
that she wanted.
That
You
part.
This would not be going at, not from when they take to like today.
Hmm.
Year
I don't
almost
know if
over,
I even
honey. You
believe
said
that
you wanted
anymore
to play.
either. I don't know if I believe that anymore. I don't know what her angle was. I don't know what she really wanted. I think she would just let me put something out there, but
I
because it
think
didn't even make
ultimately,
sense what she was talking about.
ultimately, I believe she wants to be a mother and all of that, but I think she would be okay with just adopting. So she doesn't need to be in such a rush if that's where if she's gonna end up adopting. So I know she said
Hmm.
that she wants to adopt because she was adopted. So if that
Hmm.
is what, and she's totally fine with that, then yeah, I don't think that speed that she was articulating on the show is really as isn't as relevant today as it
Right,
was, or she was portraying it to be.
right. So yeah, that took up a lot of the reunion. So
That was
her
most
with
of the
Lee
reunion.
going back and forth, her with Kat going back and forth, and then her and
Of
Feathers,
course.
Tequila.
Of
You know what it
course.
is?
Yeah.
I feel bad for Tequila. I feel like Tequila was trying to be friends with people who were not friendly, right? And she didn't know how to deal with that space where
Hmm.
sometimes you don't those people don't need to be your friends, and you could be okay with that you're not establishing new friends on this show, right? And because I could see her, even though she was getting angry or whatever, she never came to attack anyone. She just felt like she was being attacked because Janelle is real snippy with people, right? But Janelle wasn't just snippy with you, she was snippy with anybody she
And
felt like she didn't have a connection with. And I don't think Tequila knew how to just be like, girl, bye, and then move on.
leave it
Because
alone.
I think she probably wanted to be her friend. You know what I mean? Or, be friendly, not like you're my best friend. But I think she
Hmm.
just didn't know how to deal with that. And that's why she's taking this so personally. That's my read
Hmm.
on it, or my take on it.
Okay.
Because
Interesting.
I don't know why. Why do I need to fight another human being because she says something? Like, if I don't like what you say, I'm like, girl, okay, that's your thing. We can argue, but I'm not gonna get up and try to fight
And be
somebody
trying to fight you. Right. So yeah,
for
like
so
I think Kat was
long.
a perfect example of that when they did that flashback to the house when her and Janelle
Hmm.
started going, and she was just like, bye. And she got up and walked
Yeah,
away and just like,
yeah,
I don't need to be entertaining this. And
yeah,
Tequila did seem like she just really just took it personal. And nothing was said that was shown,
yeah,
even if it was said, to get to the point that you would want to get up and fight her twice
yeah.
on the
Twice.
show and at the reunion.
With this long break in between. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, okay, you see, at some point you got to see where someone's angle is. And I'm like, you not going to upset my soul because you angry about something. I don't need to be your friend, you don't need to be mine. What are we fighting? Like fist fighting? That's what you want to do? Like what? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Which, going back, 42-year-old out somebody's house videotaping trying to fight,
They
ma'am.
didn't
So
even
to me,
talk
that just
about nothing.
continues to
Yeah.
show that a lot of this, I think, is publicity for her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. And she's the oldest. I think she's like the oldest out of all of them. That's weird.
That was mainly on the show, yes. Mhm.
Yeah, sorry. We're not talking about people that they didn't even talk about. Who is Leanne? So sorry. I wish they would have put you on there, girl. I don't know. What's the point of this? So yeah, I just don't know why Tequila I just felt like she didn't feel like she was on the show. Because even with the whole situation, let's bring
Hmm.
up the whole situation with Phil and what she did to him, which
Oh,
seemed unwarranted to
yeah.
basically say, I think Tommy was like, what happened with you guys, whatever. And she was just like, I felt like he just didn't give me a chance. We had a question. Okay, yeah, I reacted the way I reacted, but he just kind of like blocked me or whatever, which he can do to Quilla. Like if somebody don't like you, somebody just don't like you. And from that, it's always been like Phil don't like me or he's this and that. And then you gonna come out on the reunion
That was a low blow.
unprompted, unwarranted to tell everybody that this man has filed for bankruptcy. And I'm like, and he's giving broke boy energy. That's what I don't like, broke boy energy. So Quilla, he don't even want you. So how you gonna say? I can see if somebody's like chasing you, and you're like, no, bro, I can't. No, 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 whatever. He's already cut you off. So how are you gonna bring up anything about his financial past? Like, I just don't understand why she would do that. That was so weird and just off. Like,
I
I just was
it,
confused.
it was it was not needed. That detail of Phil was not needed. And why bring that up? And it was like a payback for him not liking her. That's the only thing I can
Not
truly
liking you? So people
uh
can't not like you? It's like weird. Like I was like, did we miss like that he disrespected her? So
talk to
now she's
her.
like, this is my opportunity to disrespect you. I just feel like we be missing stuff. We be missing stuff.
Now, one, granted, we probably are, but two, I
Yeah.
think also just thinking, okay, this is TV. She feels a type of way that he didn't like her. So she might be a people pleaser. And because these people are not liking her, back to what you're saying, it really does dig deep to her. And so now she feels like she has to fight back, whether physically fighting, verbally fighting.
Yeah.
Because she did not need to throw that out there. And then it's like, well, how do you know? Like, what did he share that? Did
He
you go
probably
research
told
it and go
her.
look this up?
Yeah, he probably, because I don't think he didn't seem surprised that she knew the information. He seemed surprised that she would share
She would
them.
bring it up.
So maybe, they're all
I just,
talking.
but
Maybe
also
they,
it didn't seem like they had a connection, or like they would have communicated that he would feel
open enough to
safe
share
to bring
that.
that up. Yeah, like
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't share that if I just met you, especially since we saw that they had their little tiff on like day one when they
Early.
first met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
why would
right.
he didn't tell her? So he may have told somebody else and they got back to her, and then here she is
Mhm.
bringing it up. Maybe that's what it
That's
was.
even worse. That's even worse. That means you're taking information that somebody, I don't know. I'm like, Tequila girl, I don't
I don't know, but
understand.
it did not need to be said. I think we agree with that. She didn't have to bring that
Mm-hmm.
up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she also was, because she is. Well, I guess they probably have seen some of the show by the time they taped, right? I don't know. Think they're
No
like watch.
idea.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because of the whole stability thing that came up between him and Aries, and so that was her way of like, see, yep, he not stable because of this is what happened. I don't know.
Which
I'm
had nothing to
grabbing
do
y'all.
with
I'm grabbing,
you.
but
I
it didn't.
know.
So it didn't even need to
Going
come from
on.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he handled it well. He didn't get catty
He
with her.
did.
He was just like, yeah, that's why I could not even attempt to even have any kind of relationship with you. Goodbye. That's how she need to learn how to attack her haters. You know what? You're not even worth my energy. Goodbye. Right.
Goodbye.
That's it.
I'm with you.
Okay. Who else we want to talk about? We want to talk about
Well,
Tequila
since
and,
we
and
just.
Habibi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Child.
Um,
Habibi
what
with
happened
this
with that?
saxophone.
Oh, girl, I was thinking about what happened with the two of them. But yes, just in general, again, the only reason he was on this show was to increase his
Promote.
fan base, basically
Yes.
promote
Hmm.
himself and his business.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was like, that's the only reason he came on to the show. And therefore, coming with your saxophone to the reunion to play, that was just a little bit more of like, okay, y'all squeeze this in. Y'all just play
Right.
5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Just
Right.
play 5 seconds for me. Now y'all can play him playing the saxophone, but couldn't even ask
I
Leanne one of them a
mean,
question who
I
actually were on the
mean,
show. The saxophone wasn't even on the show.
hello.
And y'all got him on here. A mess. A mess.
Yes. A hot mess. They have this man after he done made Janelle run off. That was the background to her, like, oh my God, are you
That.
serious? Are you serious? And he's like,
And then for him to go chase her.
I was like,
Okay, so
what is
speaking of, right? So that happened because him and Sierra and Janelle,
Janelle?
they were like on the couch. And so they were talking about the comment that he made about Janelle, and then what he said
Hmm.
about Sierra's mom. And the whole thing with Janelle, I believe he probably don't remember saying it. Like, I feel like he probably was drunk and had a little too much to drink, said it. Probably don't remember exactly. But at the same time, sir, just, I'm sorry. It was inappropriate. I'm sorry I said those words or whatever. It's like he couldn't just fully just come and just
But
say
he
that
did say
and let it
it. He
go.
said, I apologize. And then she doubled back and said, for what? What are you sorry for? Because you, just like what you said, he is probably like, either I don't remember it or it's really not a big deal, but I'm going to give you this apology to give you this apology. Okay. If you want this apology, you could take it. Right. And she's like, well, what are you apologizing for? Tell me what you're apologizing for. And he was just like, man, I don't know. I don't know.
But I feel like the apology was one of those like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, it's
Yes.
not. I'm really sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. And she wanted a real heartfelt, like, I'm so sorry I said those
For
things
what?
to you and to your
For
breath.
what? Just like
I
Tommy was
mean,
like, brother, you need to do better. He's not. Have you met Habibi? Have you met Travis?
you see, Travis. That's
Like, you are not going to have an intervention with him today. He's coming to perform. Okay, he
He's
got his
coming to perform.
he's
He's like,
coming
let
to
me get these last
perform.
little 15 minutes of fame while
Right.
I'm on the show.
He is not. If to me, you cannot. Because I've seen this in other shows where they're like, "I want you to apologize, but I want you to be sincere of your apology." Take the apology that you get. You know why? Because if you try to force somebody to apologize the way you want them to
Mhm.
apologize for, they can make that up. That doesn't mean they've had an
It
internal
don't mean
change
nothing.
because they're trying to do something for you. If you're not in a relationship with Habibi, friendship or otherwise, why do you care? You said your piece. You said you felt disrespected. He semi apologized. What are we still talking about? Are you going to
Hmm.
change him as a man in this 5 minute segment? Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. Ain't nothing going to change. He's not going to learn anything unless he's going to jail or something drastic is going to happen to his life. He's not going to be a different Travis post this discussion. I don't understand why are we wasting our breath. That's how I would be
Wasting
like,
time.
yo, stop. You're like, oh my God, I just don't understand. Does he not get it? No. Now what? Now where we at?
And
No,
they just got
He
this
don't
back.
care.
Yeah.
He don't care. And what? He don't have to care. He's his own person. And if he don't get it, you not sitting here doing this all day is not going to convince him to get it. Like
It's like a
he's not
hamster
going.
wheel. You just going in circles, just going,
Right.
not
You've
going
already
nowhere.
talked about this. You brought this up. He was like, he's acting like he has no idea what you're talking about. Right. And then the whole thing with Sierra, he was just like, I was joking. So he thinks he was joking. He's thinking, like, what the heck am I apologizing for a joke? All
For
right. If you felt
yeah,
bad, I apologize. Oh, you don't want to accept that? Okay. Take it back.
that's take it back.
So he was over it. I'm sorry, I'm with Travis on this. Even though he annoys me, you cannot force him to do anything more than what he can do. Okay? This is where he's at in his
Or
life.
will let you do. Mhm.
Moving on. But when he was trying to go after her, I was curious to what he was going to say. Because he's not gonna hit you. There's cameras, there's people everywhere. I
Oh
would be
no.
curious to like what you want to say? What you got to say to me?
So yes to that. And then I was also like, well, where's Quentin? Like, if that's your girl, wouldn't you be
Where
up trying to
was
be like,
he?
wait a
Where
minute, what's
was
going on, sir?
he?
Like, back up. She don't want to talk to you right now. Like, you supposed to be in protecting mode. Where you at?
Yes, Herbert was up in there, like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Herbert
I
was
was
there.
just like, okay, Herbert. Did we see Herbert on the show?
Oh, wait a minute. They
Did
showed
we?
him there. They showed him in the back in the the backstage making a comment, but I don't last week. I know they didn't do it this week because I watched this morning the
I
reunion.
don't think Herbert was
I
out
don't think
there.
they did. Oh, it was for a very hot second if they did do it last week. But I do
I
remember
don't
him
remember him
seeing him and he was
talking.
in the back. Man,
Y'all, put this in the
where's
chat
our
if y'all
viewer? What
remember.
dang, the
Y'all,
girl that was watching the other week. She would know.
oh, I don't remember
Oh,
seeing Herbert anywhere talking other than the backstage. I don't
other
remember
than the
him out there on the
backstage.
couch. That's terrible. I mean, I know he wasn't in
Yeah.
a lot, but just like how they did that love triangle with Lee, Quentin, and Janelle, they could have brought Herbert out there to talk about kind of
With
like
Janelle
him.
and
Yeah, they could have just said something. Golly, this is crazy.
I mean he was
I'm
on
trying
it
to
for
think.
a hot minute. Like he was there for yeah.
I don't even think
Hmm.
Sierra was out there
Hmm.
other than the Habibi comment. Was Sierra out there at all other than that?
She was. I think she was there one other time, but she didn't say much at all. So, like you said, they be kind of randomly bringing people, and he was like, why is this? And so I think she was out there at one other point, last
Oh,
one,
okay.
part one.
Okay.
But as in like actually talking and all of that on the couch, yeah, just a hippie thing, Travis.
Wow.
I don't know.
Anyways,
They really was
it's a
trying
mess.
to focus very heavy on Janelle and Quentin. And alas, I think that's one of the reasons why is because she was up in all these disputes with people.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew that, and that gave her the camera time that she needed
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
show and here in the reunion.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So, okay, so anything else about him chasing her off set?
Do 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 do
Why him playing that saxophone?
do
I said, are you serious?
do do
He
do
bought the saxophone to the reunion.
I was like, what? We got elevator music in between segments. I was just like, this is hilarious to me. Oh gosh. Okay. Nothing else.
Okay, well, we had brought up Phil from a minute ago, so I was gonna say let's go to
Mm-hmm.
Phil and Aries. Aries was looking beautiful as always,
Yes.
and they had her on separate couches far away, which gives the illusion like, oh man, there must be some bad blood here.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why they did
what
that.
happened?
Because
Drama,
they did
blood,
other people on the same couch that's not even that close. I was just like, why? You could have just put them on the same couch. What is this?
same couch.
But yeah.
Yes, but everything's good between them. They're friendly, so it's not no
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
bad blood.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like the explanation that Aries gave and really um defining what stable meant for her. Like when the whole he's not stable. So it's not like you don't have a job and all of that.
Right.
It's like, okay, you want to pursue all these different things. And I'm just at a season in my life, as she said, where I don't have the energy, the effort to support you in
Right.
those dreams. And
Right.
so in realizing that that's not stability for me and this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna work, but it's also I'm thinking of you because I want you to be successful and succeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that energy, that support, you're not going to be able to get
Get
that
it.
from me
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So I like that explanation on how she described that and what
I
she
did
meant with
too.
that.
Yeah. And he was just like, yeah, I don't like that stability question or name or whatever because he didn't
Right.
like that. But yes, I get what she's saying. Yes, you
Mm-hmm.
want people to be honest with you, right? Of what they feel they can and cannot do when it comes to a relationship. You don't want somebody that's going to pretend to be there for you and then you want to go do something, they're looking at you crazy. So I appreciated her for telling him that. I guess maybe it could have been said a little bit differently on the show. Maybe it was, and it was cut out, and they kind of harped on this whole stability,
True.
stability, stability thing. But yeah, and then, in the end, they were like, yeah, we're still talking and going out here and there. I was
They're going
like,
on a couple of days. Mm-hmm.
what y'all doing?
Fuck,
What's going on?
fuck with the girls.
Because
Okay.
you could see the spark there. See, this is what I like. I like to see, yes, we're going to have some drama on the show, but there's got to be some redeeming relationship or some connection that you're willing to see and root for on a show like this. Because then, other than that, what's the point? Like, we got nobody that likes each other on his show. So I was happy to see that because I didn't see that with the other people that made it to the end. So that was really it. I don't know if they even said anything else for them.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's about it with those two. So you said with the two couples that at the end of the show agreed to continue seeing each other. I saw
Mm-hmm.
that. The other couple was Jessica and Marie.
Marie over here looking like. Um, sorry.
Like, I what? I'm waiting for you to come finish.
Oh no, he just looked like he was like trying to give royalty, but then it came off like a little cheap. And I don't know. That jacket was just like, Moye, oh my god. Him and
The glasses.
Tequila need a stylist
Oh, geez.
because I yeah, if you're gonna be on TV, y'all need a stylist. Just you could have hired somebody just give you all the looks for
Just
the
for
whole
that.
season. I'm
Mm.
just gonna wear these
Just a
clothes.
reunion, like I might have did that, but for this reunion, I'm gonna come looking like something. Yeah. The sad part is, what if they did, and this is what the stylist
Well,
did for
don't give
me?
them no credit because this. Well, maybe give them credit. Maybe because then they deserve that because this is terrible. No. Now you look at how Chris looked, and we'll get to Chris and Jessica probably after this. But you look at how Chris looked. Chris looked put together. Put
It was a
together.
nice little outfit. Hmm.
Put together. And usually when you saw him, he was put together. Okay. And then we turn and pan to the right, and we're like, okay. Okay, let me stop. Anyway, so Jessica and Marie are performing for us that they are still dating and they
Performing.
really like each other. Like I felt nothing. I felt more vibes with Aries and Phil way across the room than Moria and Jessica sitting next to each other.
With all that space between the two of them.
And no hands, like keep your hands to yourself. That's how it looked. She had her hands on her knees. He had his hands over here. It was no touch, no lean this way. It was like
It didn't
nothing,
look like, even if you were just friends, it did not even come
nothing.
across like you were some friendship
No,
or something was there.
no. That's how Quentin and
So odd.
Janelle sat. They sat like they were like besties. Like Quentin looked like he's in on all her mess. He like this is his bestie. They go and kiki and be like, "Girl, let me tell you
Behind the
this,"
scenes.
and "Girl, let me
Hmm.
tell you that." That's how they look.
I believe it.
Okay, but Jessica and Maria don't even look like when they say dating. Maybe they go out once a month and like talk about stuff. Not even that.
I don't know how they define dating, because I
Okay.
was like, that this don't look right. This don't, even behind the scenes, right? When they did like the backstage, people were like, this is fake. Like, this not real. Somebody said that.
Oh yeah,
I
Cat.
was like,
Cat was like, mm-mm, I don't believe
oh, it
none of
was
this.
Cat. Yes, it was
I
Cat.
mean, she could just be salty. So, but other people were also like, I want to hear this. Let me see. Let's see what they're gonna say. Cause they not feeling this. And you in the group, you know background stuff, right? And you wondering
I,
about it. So what am I supposed to feel looking at y'all with no connection looking like? I don't know. It looks
and
kind of
then I
sad.
went. So usually after the season is when I do go on their like IG pages and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking
Mhm.
like, are they on each other's page? No, I didn't see a
No?
picture with. No, I didn't see a picture of neither one of them on each other's page. Like, even if
Mm.
you're just dating, now the world knows you're on the show.
Right.
Why wouldn't you
Right.
still have a picture or two? Like, I don't know. I was just like, yeah, this was already odd from the beginning, and now this
Yeah.
just confirms that, because y'all sitting there. She didn't even really look at him, like, you know how you kind of look and just have something. It was just like, I'm
And
here,
he was
so I
waiting
don't
for her
get.
to answer all the questions, right? So Tommy was
He
like,
didn't
"What's
say
going on?"
nothing.
And he was just like, "She told me
Let
not
me
to
let
talk.
her say.
Let me let her
He
just
was just like, let me hear, let me see. Are we dating? Oh, okay, so we
right.
dating. That's all. Okay, what's
Let me
happening?
take her
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
lead.
We did go out and do that. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Yep, yep, yep. And then he was like, "Oh, let me talk about this, Maria. What is
Oh,
happening? You gonna say, oh yeah, what's next is love. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes, baby in the baby carriage and a white picket fence. And I'm like, where in Africa? Where are you having a white picket fence?
They
Like,
have
come
white
on.
picket fences in Africa.
Why would you even say that? I know it's a saying, right? But you're also saying you're super like super black culture. You're super like I'm moving to Africa. There is no white picket fence, sir. What are you doing? What is like you? It just reads confusion to me. That's how I look at them. I'll be like, okay, I don't buy it. I don't know what your angle is. Are you just trying to get more time out of this? I like what is the purpose of this? Just to be like, we like, look, me and Janelle both came out of this with people. That's what you want? Like, I don't get it.
I, mm,
I don't feel the honesty. You see, like how with Phil and Aries, you could see they've had conversations. Phil said he knew before that date that she was probably not going to say yes, just based on the conversation. He still wanted to lead with his heart and say yes. She was going to choose herself and be like, listen, I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not, right? So let me just tell you the truth. All transparency to me. They said they
mm-hmm.
were talking and dating after that. I believe all that because it just feels genuine. The rest of this, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. The rest of this, I don't get. So that was just a waste of time, that little update. And then they brought out, who did they bring out? Chris? Was Maria there when Chris was there? And he was talking to Jessica and apologizing. I
Yes.
think it was
Maria was
different
on the
people
couch.
there.
It was him, her, Chris,
Somebody else was there.
and Kat or Lee.
Somebody else was there. I don't know. But yeah.
No, Kat and Lee. I think they showed them in the back. Somebody else was there. Yeah, so it was like four of
Mm-mm.
them. Um, and what happened? So going back, right? So Jessica and Chris initially had that connection and seemed like they were, had something going. And then they decided this not working. And when Jessica got put into like the bottom two, Maria was telling her the feedback from the guys and used the word combative. And she was like, she knew right away who said that. We
Right.
all knew right away that it was Chris who used that, but he was like, no, I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
The guys, all the guys said that. Why would all the other guys say that? They had no real interaction with her like you've had.
Right.
Like y'all were the first two, like one of the first couples to kind of get together and start talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who else is gonna, see her and talk to her enough to be like she's combative? So of course, there's always receipts. And so here they come with the
Mm-hmm.
receipts and the flashbacks showing him using combative to
Over and
describe
over
her.
and over again.
And then the fool said, well, I wasn't calling her combative. I was saying it was a combative situation or something like that, he
Mm-hmm.
said. I was like, wait,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Sorry.
even if it was, why don't you just say that's how you feel? Especially when they voted you out, then you said you are combative. You and Janelle are mean girls. Then that's what you mean, bruh. Why you can't just say what it is? Y'all don't even know these people for real. Like I can see if this is like one of your best friends and you don't want to be true and honest, like because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You just met her yesterday. Just tell her how you feel about her. Like, what is? I don't understand. So, but I still
And
don't understand why he got
it,
so upset. I was just like, you cussed that girl
that and
out.
I and going back to what you said about Tommy could have digged into that a little
Mm,
bit more. Like, what happened? Why did you just turn like that?
yeah.
Like nothing she said warranted that reaction.
Mm-mm.
And then all
Mm-mm.
Tommy could say is, let's agree. We shouldn't be
Oh my
calling our
god,
sisters or,
he's
out
so annoying.
out their names and, kumbaya, all that kind of stuff. Um, he knows that. We all know that. And that don't need to be said again. But no, let's
Right.
really have a therapy session here. why did you say those
Right.
things?
It
What
was
had happened?
so
Did she say
weird.
something off screen? Did something else? Like, let us know, because right now
Right.
you look like the big fool, because it's like
Yeah.
you going off and Jessica sitting there just hands folded, like, oh,
Yeah, she was just like, you look,
hmm. Like I already done heard this and been through this before with you.
you think so?
I'm just, I don't know, but like,
She
why
was
would
really
um,
calm. She was super
too
calm for
calm?
somebody to be yelling at you like that in a public place. Like
Yes.
that would, and she wasn't even like taken aback. She was just like,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm. Like I've heard
Just
this,
like, God, like,
I've been down
right?
this road before. Yes.
Maybe,
So I'm wondering if
maybe.
part of that combativeness he's talking about is they've gotten into it like that
Mm,
before.
mm-hmm.
And that's why she was just like, yeah, because you come talk to me like that, I'm gonna be like, hold on, wait a minute,
Right.
sir,
Who
who
are
are
you
you
talking
talking
to?
to?
Right. With the neck roll.
Forget these cameras, forget these people. Who are you talking to? But she was just sitting there, just like, yeah, okay. Well, what
Mm-mm-mm.
time is it?
Right.
Unbothered. She was sitting
Right.
there
Is it time
totally
to go?
unbothered.
Are we cut yet? No? Okay. Just like she was like unbothered for sure. Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that
So we
was,
learned nothing new with that whole
yeah,
situation. He did
yeah.
apologize. I don't know if she accepted it or not because she looked like she was still kind of annoyed with him. But, like you cannot force him to
Yeah,
do anything different.
she had something else that she was trying to say when Tommy was cutting her off. That was the second part. He was kind of like, let's agree to just disagree or whatever and leave it
Mm,
alone. I kind of would have
mm,
liked to hear, let her have the last word and hear what she had to say on
mhm.
that. I don't think it would have been anything like him and how he, or like an attack or anything, but it would have
Right.
been interesting to hear what she had to say.
Okay. I don't know.
Who
Moving
else?
along.
Mm, is that
Oh,
everybody?
no. So we got Unique, okay? Unique and
Oh,
Red.
you.
This whole
Oh,
thing
the
could have
thought
been cut.
job stuff. Yes.
I don't know why we're still talking about that job. I don't understand why Red is still upset to this day. He is selling shirts about thought jobs, and he should have wore that under his suit. That's what you should have wore under your suit if you wanted to promote that. I was just like, are we still talking about this thought job comment? Then Tommy is asking for a definition of a thought. And I was just
Hi,
like,
Tommy.
we have all this time to talk about this, and y'all can't talk about the two ghosts that are floating in the back that we didn't even get to talk to.
Go.
But we're talking about thoughts. I don't, what?
Those weren't the only things that they each had really on the show. So I guess, they had to bring that up to,
It was weird.
to
It was weird. And then Kira, oh, we gotta talk about Kira too.
oh yeah,
Kira and
Kara.
Maya. But Kira was like
Hmm.
kissing Red in the back on his head and stuff like that. I was like, what's going
Oh
on
wait, I missed
here?
that on the reunion.
Yeah. In the back. Yeah, when they were like watching stuff. I was like, are they talking
I
or something?
missed
I don't
that.
know what's going on. But he said he was
She had her
single,
little
so
cheer, go red, go red. So maybe something else. But they ain't say nothing on the show. But I was
no.
like, maybe they
I
got
don't
something
think
going on.
anything. I think she's like flirty. She seems like a flirty kind of person. If you give her that energy, she'll give
Yeah.
it back to you. So yeah, so they had that terrible conversation about nothing that took so long. And then Unique also had another um conversation with Marvin. And
Marvin. Mhm.
Marvin, she goes to one of his little performances and was trying to be up in the middle. And she was like, but Marvin got a girl. And it sounded like Marvin had a girl. And he was over here trying to pull somebody into his tangled weave that he had at home.
Did we not say that from the beginning? I was like, he might be looking for a third. He's trying to get
But
somebody
why would
into
you
that
come
lifestyle.
here? What you can find them anywhere. Go to any strip club. If you got a couple dollars, they will come. What I don't understand. so willing to be in the lifestyle. I think if he would have had her, she would have been up in
And
there.
she would have.
Cause she was like, I'll try something new. I'm interested. He was not interested in her. She did not want to have his child. He needs somebody young to just pump the babies out to make sure he gets his boy. That's what it is.
I feel like part of him coming on this show was to, one, promote him in
Yeah.
the book, and
Yeah.
two, to kind of widen the, I don't know, people access or whatever to that lifestyle. Like maybe
Mhm.
draw more people who may be interested to be like,
Mhm.
oh, there's, more Black people that's into that. Let me do a little research and look into that. Promote the lifestyle. That's basically what I
Yeah.
was trying to say. So the book and the lifestyle, I feel like that really was his ulterior motive of this show.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like he was there really to find love at any point of the show. So yeah, so
But
when
then
that little tea came out about he already had a girlfriend, it was like, okay.
I believe
Mm-hmm.
it. And Unique, you are a hypocrite. Let's just call this what it is. You out here
Oh, what
acting like
happened?
Red is in a profession that attracts women,
Oh.
a lot of women of the opposite sex to them. What is Marvin that is having a whole dungeon performance, erotica
Hmm.
novels to basically attract women to come to his dungeon, including
Hmm.
you when he already got another woman? But I think you don't mind that he has a thought job. It's something about Red that she knows that she don't like. And that's what she was trying to hint at it, where she's like, well, I know you don't take care of your kids. Or she was trying to hint at something and she didn't want to just
Yes.
come out and say it. And then Janelle was there for some weird reason. I don't know what Janelle was doing there. She's like, I don't think we should talk about people's kids. Girl, go get one. Shut up. If Unique want to say something on the reunion, say it. Don't infer something, just say it or shut up. And Janelle, nobody was talking to you. You are not the
Oh
host.
Lord.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Thanks for having a good memory and remembering that about her and Red. So, one, I really truly do believe she was just joking when she
She
said that,
was.
because again, she's in the same industry. So, I think he just really took offense of it and took it past where it needed to go. So,
Mhm.
with her saying that, knowing it's a joke, I don't know if I can say she was a hypocrite to um with Marvin,
No, the
but
reason why I'm saying she's a hypocrite is because the comment started as a joke. But she
yeah,
is leaning into this as if, no, it's a fact that he's a thought job. This is what a thought means. When you're in this industry, you attract people of the opposite sex. You this. Girl, so what? You acting like you couldn't be with someone with a thought job, but you actually could be with someone with a thought job. That's what I'm saying. Like what she's saying, like how she said it was a joke, but what she was inferring is why she wouldn't want to be with
it's
Red.
still real for what she was saying.
Right.
I
But
mean,
you
and
just don't like him. That's it. You don't like
it's
how he
definitely
look.
something.
You know
Like you
something.
said, within that circle, she definitely done her something. Because again, like we said,
Yes.
she's in that same profession. So
Yes.
obviously, yes, she done heard something, knows something about him,
Yeah. So
and
say
yeah,
that.
and she kept kind of alluding to it without
Mhm.
just say it. So obviously, it
Yeah.
had
This is
something to
what
do
she's
with
talking
kids,
about.
and I guess she didn't want to. But you brought it up, so you might as well just say it. Like
That's my
if not,
thing.
then they can choose to cut it out. If they don't want it to be played or
Right.
whatever, or he tells them don't play that. But
Right.
at that point, yeah, just go and say it, because it's just starting. You just look. It has you in a bad light now. Like at
Exactly.
first, it was
You
just like,
look
okay, he
silly.
can't take a joke, and okay, he's taking
Right.
it too far. Now it's back to like, Unique. What's
So
going
she
on
would
with
have leaned
you?
to that and said, I was just joking. You're a comedian. You can't take a joke and then let that go.
Left
But
it at
she
that.
was kind of trying to say, like, well, isn't this? And giving death like, girl, go be with Marvin who don't want you. Get out of here. Anyways.
Mhm.
So that was that. those segments were way too long about nothing. It was like spinning in
Yeah.
circles.
So another prime example, Kira, right? You wanted to go back to
Yes.
her.
This one
Yeah,
was hard.
that you said it's hard.
This situation with Moye and Kira, and then I guess Quentin was there too because she made an assumption
Mhm.
about dating white women or something like that. I feel like those are two different situations. Like implying who you date versus implying what type of person you are, I think are two different things. So I know they were trying to say, well, you said this about him, and then I've thought this about you, and it's just, a perception thing. But I feel like it was trying to say something else. Like, what's your thoughts about that?
No, I agree. And Kira did say that. She was like, "You're kind of talking about my character versus me, just kind of like, oh, his preference in dating white women. Like those kind of are two different things. They're not um on the same wavelength. So, and I agree with what she was saying too, like because we all kind of prejudge people. She made that assumption. I thought she had some concrete evidence behind, or
I
not
know,
concrete evidence, but something,
but
a
something.
substance to make you think that. But she was like, it was
Right.
just her vibe, and he's from Florida.
Yeah.
We from Florida, so I was like, what Florida got to do with that? Like,
We got a
so
lot of
that
Latino.
that did not help. Yeah. She goes, "Oh, like maybe I should have said white, but Latino." But
Oh,
yeah, because you just solely going off of your vibe, that you could have kept that to yourself. Like
you
I thought
definitely
it was,
could have. But what I
but not
do
only that,
appreciate about her is that she told him directly to his face. This is my vibe. Is that what you like or whatever? But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, but going back to the episode when she said that, um, and they showed a clip of it, it was other people, and it could have been the editing, shaking their head like they were in agreement,
It
like
was
they thought the
Tequila.
same thing.
It was
Not
Tequila.
even it Tequila
Who
on the show,
was?
but then nodding their head. I think it was Sierra and
Oh,
somebody else. Now they just showed them
okay.
nodding head. Could have been the editing. Could have been the editing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
within the women's room, when that first came up, it was Tequila that was like, "Yep, mm-hmm." So again, it was like I thought there was some substance behind this thought,
Mm-hmm.
this accusation, but you going off of vibes. That's it.
Yeah.
So and then with the whole Marie thing about her not being black enough, maybe I think he just said it wrong. Because it's not necessarily about her being black. It's just like you're at this level, like he said, of black consciousness, and y'all not on the same level there. And that's okay. So, but to be like, oh, you're not black enough or that, but it also
Mm-hmm.
seemed like
Mm-hmm.
other people, the other guy, the other guys also agreed with him, at least in at some point, if I remember. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, then again, where did that come from? Because she
Yeah.
sound white, talk white, whatever. Is then y'all making assumptions based on that?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I'm sure this is not her first conversation about that. It seemed like she's used to some of this, like pieces of this, because of how she grew up and stuff like that. So I don't know. They just weren't meant to be together. So
And that is fine, as Lori was saying. That is fine.
that's okay.
And
That's okay.
they moved right on past it, right?
They sure
And
did.
he found his person. Stop looking like that. Okay,
Okay.
I
I'm
was
trying to
trying to
think of
think
people.
mentally who else we haven't. So we said Herbert wasn't really on there, so we don't really have much to say about him. Same
No,
Sierra, they ain't talk about the other ones.
no.
Oh, Chris, or is that was just it with Chris about we did talk about him. His outfit. Did you want to talk? You had mentioned something about his suit. You had more to say about it?
I
We were
just
talking
liked
about
it.
style. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, I feel like that might have been everybody then.
Sorry if we missed you. It seemed like everybody to me.
At least all the ones who actually got some real airtime, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it then. That's a wrap for us on Ready to Love season 8. Um, would you want to record this again or watch it and your
We'll
face is telling
talk.
me no? Oh.
We are going to do the other Black Girl series because we both read the book, and
Oh,
Ashante is going
I
to
didn't
read
know
it
you talked
again.
about the TV show.
Yes, but that's going to be probably our next thing. I know Married at First Sight has just started. I don't know how I'm going to watch it. I don't know if we're going to review it. That's going to be up in the air. But if there's another show or series that would be interested for y'all to hear, let us know and we could check it out. Because I don't know if it's going to be Ready to Love, child. Ooh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
Wait, did you just say Love is Blind? I'm totally may have just
Ooh,
checked
okay. So
out.
Love is Blind is a mess, but we
Oh,
definitely need to have a recap breakdown like what we did last season, where we just talk about our thoughts for the whole thing. Because so yeah, we'll do that too. We'll do
okay.
a Love is Blind kind of recap for the whole season 5. Bless you. Lots going on
Thank
there.
you.
I'm sure if y'all are into that, it's a lot of ooh no.
You got time to go watch it and join
You
us when
got
we're ready to
time.
talk about
Yes.
it. So go do that. Love is
Child.
Blind, season 5.
So many good nuggets. It's a mess too, though. It's a hot mess, but I'm trying to think in a different way. Hot mess. It just seems like the producers have really messed up this season, this time. So
Again, that's why I be like, when we reviewing and stuff, like, I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
what the
this is what
cutting,
we're
the editing.
shown. Right. This is what
This
we're
gives us,
shown.
this is why. Yeah. So we'll talk about it.
Yes.
So Love is
Yes.
Blind, season 5. Go watch
Yes.
it if you haven't. So we'll
Yes.
definitely be recapping that. As Lori said, The Other Black Girl, which is a book and a series on Hulu.
Hulu.
We're gonna review, compare the two of those. No date just yet, so why you need to hit that notification button so you know
Yes.
when
Ding
we
ding.
are going live to review and our next episode. So with that said, thank you, Dallas. Ready to Love, season 8. We'll be moving on. Bye. So, but before we leave, we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throat. Bye, y'all. Thank the Lord.